It's all been about raising awareness to make sure as many people are aware of the levels of support that are available for the families that we work with and the communities that we serve. Makin Dixon, a family specialist, predominantly legal aid organisation. We're here to help with all the legal issues that face the different families in the communities where we're operating, and also to refer on to the third-party organisations to give an all-round service to everybody. Effectively, we are one piece of a jigsaw, and the other organisations we work with fit together to prove an all-round solution to help those individuals.
I think it's been really clear that the issues are not just understanding issues around FGM, forced marriage and honour abuse, but actually what to do next, and that came out very much particularly with the questions. We've been working with Makin Dixon for many years now, and we have various clients that we support through referrals, and so we know of the work that you guys do, but it was really good today to see your pledges and what work you continue to do around forced marriage and protection for women and girls.
There are two messages in my view. One is that if you look, you will find, and many of the crimes and many of the behaviours that this conference is about are the things that are probably hidden under people's, well, clearly in plain sight, but people don't look. And if they did look, they would find them. And then the second message, I think, is that these victims need to be believed. And very often, for them, it's an enormous deal to go and report to somebody what's happening to them. And for that professional, that practitioner to turn around and say, I don't understand what's going on, really is a death knell to their lives. So we need to ensure that everybody has that level of awareness, which enables them to at least signpost somebody for help. I was very privileged last year to be able to speak at Makin Dixon's conference on forced marriage, and once again Makin Dixon has chosen a subject that's really high profile, that really requires attention, and the only way that we're going to make a difference is everybody here raises their awareness levels. And so I pay tribute to Makin Dixon for choosing a subject which is really key in order to ensure that people are safe.
I think the key message that we want to get across is that all of these forms of violence against our girls need to be dealt with, and that we all have a responsibility to protect our children, whether it's from female genital mutilation, whether it's from honor-based violence, so-called, whether it's from grooming. We've got to ensure that our children are safe. I have to say, this is my first introduction to Makin Dixon. I'm very impressed by the turnout. I think it's really interesting that a law firm is branching out into these areas. So I think they're quite an interesting, innovative firm, and I'd be interested to see where they're going.
The key message is just to get across that all abuses still happen and people need to talk about it. It's everybody's business, and it's not just FGM that's not talked about now. It's grooming, it's the grooming that's done to the girls that are running away to ISIS. They're all vulnerable.
Okay, lovely, thank you. And what do you think about Makin Dixon as an organisation?
I think it's a really good organisation, and I'm so happy that they've invited us to talk at their event. And for people like them to be making this conference is really good, because it gives more people the opportunity to come together, talk about all the different abuses that's happening where they don't have a chance to talk about. I was speaking to a couple of people and they told me in Huddersfield nobody really talks about FGM, so when there's conferences like this, they all come together, put their opinions out there to each other and see. So it's really good.
The key issues today have been about working together, that the overriding duty of any professional is towards that of the safeguarding and protection of children and vulnerable adults. And other messages that have come across today is just really explaining female genital mutilation, forced marriage and honour-based violence, and the importance of sharing information. Makin Dixon offer a free legal aid assessment. We can take steps to advise where necessary, put protective legal injunctions in place to protect an individual. We can identify a route forward for the vulnerable person and to ensure protection is in place.